Hi Lab Rats, and welcome to this edition of the Metal Lab podcast. Hi Tom, how you doing?
Not too bad. It just seems like we've just done a recent one.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I wonder why. So this time, again, we're going to be sticking with our 3-song format, which I think it works a bit better. It gives us more chance to actually review some more bands and to get stuff out and get more podcasts out to you guys, so you get to experience the very best in unsigned and underground metal. So let's get straight into it this episode. So who is our first band that we're going to be looking at today?
This is a Canadian 4-piece.
Yep.
And they're called Marble Ghosts.
Nice.
They sort of influence sort of like with the deathcore sort of grungy sound. That's what they say that.
Yeah.
You know, that's their influences.
And again, listening to this, to me, this was something that I wouldn't, if this had been on a 90s or early 2000 soundtrack,
definitely,
I wouldn't have been at all surprised if someone said, "Oh yeah, this was on the soundtrack for Blade" or something like that. Yeah. I'd have gone, "Oh right, yeah." I actually quite enjoyed it, and although there's a bit of a nostalgic sound to it, it doesn't sound dated.
No, exactly.
And again, I think that seems to be what's slowly coming through in a lot of music at the moment.
I think a lot of this 90s stuff is really coming back, isn't it? Like, you know, the whole sort of Fear Factory and the industrial metal sort of sound.
Yeah, there
very
definitely seems to be that. And I don't know whether it's just people are starting to use a lot more electronic stuff in their music.
Yep.
Whether it is just people being influenced by those bands that maybe their dads or their older brothers were listening to, and then now when bands play. But yeah, I'm all for that. So have a listen, let us know what you think, drop down in the comments what film you think that this song would work really well on. I think that would be quite a good one. So this is Marble Ghosts with their track Alone.
Walls, level concrete scrawls, illuminated night, a heart prone to fly, fabricated lies, stalking fear into my eyes, something you can't see, but quivering inside me. Alone inside your head. Alone inside your head. Footsteps
that was Marble Ghost with their track Alone. Yeah, it's a good track. Yeah, and again, I'm enjoying some of this sort of
softer side of the music that you enjoy, don't you?
Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, it's nice hearing some of the actual musicianship coming through, and
definitely.
And again, there seems to be this return to people playing guitar, playing solos, this kind of thing in there, which, like I say, I'm all for that, being an old school guitarist, so it's quite nice listening to that. So whereas the last band was something that could have been on the soundtrack, this next band, this song is actually inspired by a film.
Yeah, Blade Runner.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously Blade Runner, an iconic film.
Very, very iconic.
And yeah, definitely has that futuristic sound to it. And again, so this is another prog band that's come through onto this. And again, all for that, loving it. So what's the name of this band?
This band is called Dishonor, Dissona, just for people that want to search for them. They're a 4-piece band from Chicago.
Nice.
And but the track is very, very sort of technical sort of led, isn't it? Very, very, very Blade Runnery. They're based their EP, because all of the 3 tracks on the EP are based around the whole ethos of the Blade Runner film and the characters in the film and all the themes and everything. So very, very interesting sounding. Yeah,
so if you love the film, or even if you don't, this is definitely a song that you can enjoy. So join us in listening to Dishonor with their song Prodigal Son. So that was Dishonor with their song Prodigal Son. And again, like I was saying, a great track, influence from the Blade Runner series, and
very cool.
Yeah, just a great song. And yeah, like I was saying, I think it's slowly starting to come back with some of this.
It's very unusual as well for a band to sort of do that kind of sort of thing, isn't it? You know, base it on the whole EP, on the theme of a film and the characters.
Yeah,
and stuff. Very good.
I think it's started again. It's started to come back in the 70s, 60s, and 70s. Obviously, you started getting that problem in the 80s with that, and so I think people are starting to again get those influences and starting to tie around. So, I mean, maybe that's something for anyone starting a band. If you're not sure what to write about, maybe pick a favourite song or a subject. And,
definitely.
Yeah, just start workshopping around that. I think that's definitely a great thing to do. It's definitely from being in pub bands myself. There'll be times, there'll be themes that we'll be looking at. Yeah. And you think, okay, what is it that we're trying to speak to and speak about?
Yes, definitely.
It's definitely something to do. So, tell us a little bit about this next band.
A bit more heavier for me, because we always need the heaviness, don't we, on the Metal Lab podcast?
I think you tricked me a little bit with the intro.
I did, yeah. Okay, so this band is from Marseille in France.
Yep.
They were formed in 2016.
Oh, so more of a recent band.
Recent band. Yeah, these guys are called Stonehorns.
Nice.
Very sort of groovy sort of doom sound as well, wasn't it? You know.
Yeah. And there was a little bit of, not as slow paced as say Paradise Lost and things, but definitely that kind of doomy sound.
Definitely, yeah.
And again, I think it's quite nice where we're starting to hear some of these genres mixing together and hearing these influences come about together. So yeah, definitely an interesting track. And
I like hearing bands from different countries as well. I mean, the French metal scene over the past 3 years, when we've featured other French bands as well, it's been quite refreshing to hear bands coming from Europe, because you don't really associate France with a lot of metal, there's not really
so much. No, with that. So like saying, it's great to hear that there is metal all around the world. And talking of which, if you're interested in hearing about metal from all around the world, you've got your series that put out
my
on
Metal Around the World. Check that out on Facebook. Just search on the search bar and you'll get all of the metal around the world. So there's every countries from Iran, Pakistan, Lebanon, Germany, Russia, all over the world, Africa. So really interesting.
And again, I think it's nice to know and to hear all the different types of metal that's being played out there.
Definitely.
And again, I think it represents a certain type of voice that want to hear that kind of music. And again, it's not just about being angry and hearing that, it's about that expression.
Well, you wouldn't associate, like when I done the Iran and Pakistan, you wouldn't associate Pakistan with metal.
No.
But they have a massive doom metal scene.
Yeah,
they really do in Pakistan.
Great bands from there.
And even in Iran, we discovered Die Dispraise, didn't we?
Fantastic band.
Unbelievable band, and Caliber and other bands like that. So and without obviously me doing the research, I would never ever known that these bands exist. And probably you guys don't as well, you know. Don't just be in that pigeonhole of the UK or the US, because these are the sort of the two biggest industries, aren't they, that everyone sort of thinks about. But there are, even in Nepal as well, good a band called Unsigned. They're from Nepal. They're a really good band as well. So
and I think that's the thing. I mean, sometimes you associate sort of black metal with the Nordic areas and things, but it's metal is everywhere.
Universal, isn't it?
You just need to get out there and listen to it. So what's the name of the track?
This track is called Chrysalis.
Let's go. So that was Stone Horns with their track Chrysalis. So yeah, a great track. Like I say, a little bit heavier than I'd necessarily.
Yeah, it's interesting because they were 5-piece as well.
Yep.
So that was quite interesting because there's a lot of people just doing sort of 4-piece stuff at the moment, aren't they? But
it seems to be that way. Yeah. And again, I don't know whether that goes down to some of the technology now, where in order to get a big sound, you don't necessarily need lots and lots of people playing. You can get that out there. But again, some great bands.
Yeah.
So again, wherever you are in the world, if you're interested in metal, then please get in contact with the Metal Lab. Come join us. Come share what it is that you've got to offer. We're open to everything and everyone on there. Yeah. We just want people to hear the metal scene as it is, and to help promote that and to help get people heard. If there's a local band playing, make sure you go out and see them. Make sure you support them. All the bands that you hear on the Metal Lab, make sure you go and visit them, give them a like, give them a follow. And again, you're not necessarily going to like everything, and that's fine.
And we do have the Metal Lab directory on the featured things as well. So the Metal Lab directory is a really good way of networking with other bands as well. Bands leave their links. And you know, if you need a band to play a support slot or anything, look in the Metal Lab directory. You can obviously message them guys if they're close to you or they're willing to travel. It's always a good way of networking with new bands as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So, and again, if you're a venue and you're looking for music, or you're thinking about having music, then our Facebook group is a great place to look to get those resources. All the information is free on there. We're just here to help support you guys and to get the music out there. So please do make sure you check out the Metal Lab for your news, reviews and interviews. Join us at the Metal Lab,
the home of underground metal.